Hey guys, it's Hakeem here, back with some more Naya Midrange. First hand only has one land, so it's a mulligan. Second hand has no land, that's a mulligan. Third hand has one land, that's a mulligan. This has one land with two knockouts and a 3-drop, but I don't really think I'm going to keep that. Let's go to 4. We got 2 land in the Visionary. I mean, something. It's something. Playing against Blincy, that's a pretty short name. Apparently he's a mastermind of some kind. He's playing 69 cards in his deck. He must just have an affinity for that number, I'm not sure. Not sure what it is about 69 that he likes. But he starts with a Hedron Crab, so it looks like he's playing the old mill strategy. So maybe let's see if I can beat a mill deck on a mulligan to 4, because they're not very strong here in D15. So picked up a white source that we were missing, so I'll just pop that in, playing in a Visionary. Get a card deeper. Just try and hopefully we can pick up a Cultivate and then just start drawing some cards. Palaka Worm is a little bit out of range right now. Kind of need 7 mana to get there. Could use we're gonna need a lot of good draws in a row off the top. So he plays Radiant Fountain, which mills me for 3. So I lost land Nakatl Colossus. And he's on 2 mana now. Is he gonna put a Doorkeeper in the way? I don't even know what these mill decks play, because they're not very common. But turn 1 crab in against my deck where I've just mulliganed to 4. I guess if I pick up a Ground Assault, I'd kill it, because that's really. I mean, three cards per turn is, it's a half decent clock. So we picked up another land. I mean, it's actually not bad, because I do need to start hitting my drops before I can go thinking about drawing any big creatures. So just gonna sit back and just hope to get lucky off the top of the deck, essentially. So Fleeting Distraction, just basically just draws him a card, gives a creature -1, -0, but doesn't really do anything. So it's just 1 mana, draw a card, get deeper in your deck. Plays another Radiant Fountain, so he's up to 24 now. And here's the reason I don't particularly like that card, is look at his mana base over there now. He can't cast anything that requires 2 blue mana. So, I mean, I hope he just drew that, because it doesn't make sense to play that before the Radiant Fountain. And he's playing Elixir, he's playing all sorts of stuff that doesn't impact the board at all. And I'm probably going to lose to him because I'm mulligan to 4. But, you never know, we can get lucky. All I gotta do is stick 1 big creature. We got a Pack Leader. So I need 1 more land before I can get that out. And if I have 5 mana, I can cast this for X = 3, which is quite terrible, but it will trigger the Pack Leader at the very least and draw me a card. So I might have to do it just to draw a card. So see if we can pick up a 5th land, hopefully a basic, because I'd like to cast a Pack Leader next turn. Even a Cultivate, I wouldn't even mind a Cultivate, because that would get me to 6 mana and just 1 away from the worm. So Ior Rune Expedition is another landfall card. If you get 3 counters on it, then you can draw 2 cards. So he's going to have to play lands for that to work. Same with his Hedron Crab. So he doesn't draw lands. He doesn't see. Oh, Brimaz. That's actually really good. And he can't counter it because he's got 2 Radiant Fountains in play. So I mean, if those were islands, he'd be in a lot better shape, and so he's just going to bounce it right away, which is fine. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Just cast it again next turn, or if I pick up a land, I'll put the Pack Leader into play. He's just stalling me here. Okay. Pretty annoyed my Visionary can't attack, but he's got that O2 wall over there. Tome Scour, okay, 1 mana, he's just gonna mill me 5. That's all it is, just 5 cards into the graveyard. And lost some good stuff. There was a land on top, but it was tapped, and then 4 creatures in a row. So I'm looking for a basic land, and I didn't have one in the top 5, so hopefully he puts one right on the top for me. He doesn't. Got a Battle Driver that we can't cast because don't have 2 red mana, so let's just drop the Brimaz again. This thing could take over the game on its own against a mill deck, seeing as he's only got a Hedron Crab in play, and he hasn't hit a land drop for his last 2 turns. Really want to get this into play though. Really want to pick up a basic mountain so I can play this, and then this, and then this. And Hedron Crab. So he hits a 2nd island now. Mills me for 3 more. I'm down to 36 cards in the library. There's my basic mountain. Vengevine's in the graveyard now. That's good to have in there. I've also got Soul's Zendikar in the graveyard. So if I get 5 mana, I can make a 3/3 at the very least. Now he's playing Courier's Capsule, so it's just a 2 mana artifact. Pay 2, sack it, draw 2 cards. And he's got the 2 mana for that. I'm sure he'll be drawing 2 off that. So give us a basic. No, Cultivate. All right, I'll take Cultivate. I mean, he might negate it, but well, what are you gonna do? I gotta cast it. Put a mountain into play. Grab a forest. So now we got all the mana that we need to cast all the stuff that we need, and we're just going to swing with the team here now. He can't kill anything, so Rimaz makes a token. We're swinging for 5. I imagine he'll block a 1/1 and take 4. Go back to 20. So the life gained from those Radiant Fountains has been offset, barring a bounce spell. Nope, no bounce. Okay, I'm not going to cast Hydra for X equals 0 because, you know, that's pretty stupid. So, yeah, he's going to sack his capsule. Draw 2. He's up to 5 in hand, plus his draw step will bring him to 6. His draw step will bring him to 6 cards. And he's hit another landfall. So that's 3 more in the bin. 3 more in the bin, and he's got another counter on his expedition there. He's got 5 mana now. I don't know what a mill deck could have at 5 mana. That's particularly scary. I guess he could have counterspells. So, what am I going to do here? Do I want to get the card draw engine going? I mean, what card do I want most to resolve? So, I think what I'm actually going to do... I just said casting Genesis Hydra for X equals 0 is pretty stupid. But I'm gonna pay 2 mana to get a 4/3 haste. So I'm gonna cast a Battle Driver, hope it resolves. So let's go. Hope he doesn't counter that. Because I want to resolve this, so if he has a counter spell, I want to spend it on the Battle Driver. But Battle Driver's got into play, so now I'm gonna cast Genesis Hydra for 2 mana. It's gonna die, but I get the Vengevine in its place. So Vengevine is now 6/3 haste because I did that. And of course that comes in as a 0/0, but I just wanted to cast that. I just wanted to cast that to get Vengevine out of the graveyard. So now we get to swing at him for a bunch here. How much is that? Oh yeah, and the token comes in and gets Battle Driver, so that's pretty cool that you can see the token generation and Ogre Battle Driver works well together if I could find it. So yeah, we got a 3/1 here. So he's just blocking the Visionary to keep it alive. He's taking, you know, 14 or something, going down to 6. Oh, took 13. Okay. Yeah, so that was a bit of a savage beating there. Is he going to Inspiration it in the turn, draw a couple of cards? Yeah. Yeah, he's going to draw a couple of cards, but he's on 7 life and my board's pretty huge. And he's obviously playing mono blue, so there's no planar cleansings, there's no Anger of the Gods, there's nothing nasty like that coming my way. He's going to mill me 3 again. And he's going to get a counter on his Expedition, which he can sacrifice right now for 2 cards. I'm sure he will. He's also got the elixir in play, so I mean his life total over there says 7, but it really's 12 unless he taps all his mana. So he's got 12 life, but I got a pretty huge board, and I got the Battle Driver here and 7 mana. So if he doesn't have a counterspell, then this guy's coming in 9/7 trample haste, which is pretty sweet. But he's got 8 cards in his hand in mono blue. He's got to be playing counterspells. I mean, he's got to. All right, he's gonna bounce something. Gonna bounce the Brimaz. So if I pick up a land here, I can cast both of these guys because I'll have 8 mana. If I pick up a basic land, that is, I'll have 8 mana and be able to cast both of these guys. So that way I can get one countered and get the other one into play. No, he's just gonna spend all his mana bouncing stuff. So he's picking up the Battle Driver, which is pretty good. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't bounce that one first. But anyway, so now he's still got 3 mana open. And the question is, you know. So he's gaining 5 life. So he gained 5 life on his own turn, which was pretty, I'm not going to say, yeah, it was pretty silly. So we'll use the word silly, because he's letting me know now that he doesn't have a counterspell open. He could have cracked that at the end of his turn, and I would have played completely differently if he had Dissolve Mana open. But since he doesn't, I'm just going to drop the Battle Driver in play and drop the Brimaz. So Brimaz will get haste and +2 power. And his token will come in and get +2 power. It'll get haste, but it's not that it needs it because it's already attacking. So we're just going to come at him for a ton here. And there you go. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. If he blocks 5, he's taking 9. So he's still not dead. But he should have held up that counterspell mana. I mean, you got to block the Brimaz, dude. I suppose if he blocks the Vengevine, he takes 11 and goes to 1. But you're losing... You're either losing that Hedron Crab or you're losing the game, one or the other, yeah. Okay, bye-bye Hedron Crab, and yeah, the board is pretty wide here now. Okay, down to 2 life. 7 mana. Think twice, I don't know what he's potentially got to draw into. That could save him. You know, fairly certain the answer is nothing. Fairly certain the answer is nothing. So, you know, I'm just going to go into combat here. He couldn't have a fog, but he could have a couple of bounce spells. He got 6 cards in hand, so I'm just going to press the X button. Not trying to overkill him here, just playing around bounce and And just, you know, ease of button pressing, essentially. So there is the card draw. Flashback of the Think Twice. In comes the token. Triggers Battle Driver. Gets 3 power. And here is the splash screen. Here it is. Alright, so that's a pretty decent lesson there why I haven't, well, I shouldn't say I haven't built, but I haven't built a successful mill deck in Duels 2015 because frankly it just isn't there. You go up against somebody who mulligans to 4 and they still beat you pretty convincingly because your deck doesn't do anything, but still it's you know, still good to show a mill deck from time to time, and also I think the play there where I cast Genesis Hydra for X equals 0 to get Avengement, I think that was pretty nifty. So hope you enjoyed the game, and I'll be back with a new deck tomorrow. Thanks for watching.